Hi everyone, it's Flawless Sims and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I am filming a slightly different video, not related to my current Let's Play, The Single Mum Life. I have actually decided to go back to my roots, which if you guys are familiar with my live streams over on TikTok, you know I tend to play a different family from time to time, which is my current household, also known as the Pritchard family, which I love so much. And I did also used to have a little series on here with that family, but I decided I just wanted to enjoy that in my own time and also on stream. But I've decided that I'm going to do a little mini series maybe with this household again, as a lot of you did used to actually enjoy this family and thought it would also be nice to do it every once in a while. So that is the current plan, and I know it has been a couple months since I've uploaded anything on this channel, but again I can only apologise as life tends to get very busy, and as always I'm forever grateful for you all understanding that and sticking by. So now I'm going to go through a lengthy, well, hopefully not too long of a backstory, as a lot of you guys are newly subscribed to my channel. So if some of you guys already knew this family and know the background, you can go ahead and skip this part of the video, or if you need a little refresh, here we are. I am going to start off with the starter sim I began this household with, and that is Shannon Pritchard, who also was known as Shannon Wagner before she got married, who, as you can tell here, doesn't look very happy right now. But moving on, I began with her as an only sim, and she was instantly enrolled in university studying psychology, and that is where she actually met her current husband Jay, who you will see pretty soon. She lived next door to Jay and her best friend Sophia, and they quickly grew into a cute friendship group, whether they would just go to cafes, go bowling, or just drink at their flats together. There was also this guy called Mason who was in that friendship group, and they are all still pretty close many years later. However, there was a rocky time for this group, as Shannon and Jay ended up spending a lot of time together just one-on-one, and they shortly ended up liking each other more than friends. Now this caused a bit of a kerfuddle, as you can imagine, as they didn't think this would get a good reaction from the others, as it might change the group's dynamic, or even worse, it might break everyone up if, God forbid, things didn't end up working out well between Shannon and Jay in the future. So Sophia wasn't actually for this relationship. However, Shannon and Jay couldn't care less and continued seeing each other. And here is Jay currently snoozing away, and also forgot to mention, Jay studied science at uni, but they managed to successfully graduate with amazing grades after so much effort and time dedicated to their studies. After university, Shannon and Jay were in the perfect place. They'd been with each other for numerous months and they were super happy with each other, so they ended up moving into a cozy little house. It wasn't amazing, but it was perfect for them, they always thought. They had well-paying jobs. Shannon was working her way up to the psychologist career and Jay was becoming a scientist. Life was great since university. As time went on living these great lives, Jay finally popped the question. He knew this was the life he wanted to live and wanted Shannon by his side forever, and they ended up getting married with their best friends as guests at this beautiful venue. Now, not too long after that, Shannon ended up finding out she was expecting, which she wasn't scared or nervous for at all, as this was the next chapter of hers and Jay's lives. And that is when Lottie was finally born. Jay and Shannon were overjoyed with Lottie coming into the world. Now, Shannon ended up taking a long time off of work as she wanted to dedicate each day to Lottie and watching her grow up day by day, never missing a thing, so her career was on hold temporarily. A lot of time went by and Lottie was aging fast, and that was when she turned into a toddler, and within this time frame, Shannon was actually expecting another baby, which of course they were extremely grateful and excited. However, with a new baby on the way, they felt it was time to move into a bigger house, as the one currently only had 2 bedrooms. So with the money they had been saving up on the side, whilst Jay had still been working, they moved out into a perfect family home. It was spacious, had multiple bedrooms, and was in their eyes the perfect home. Shortly after the move, Rowan was born, who looks very exhausted. But Jay was extremely happy that he had his own mini-me running around, and they thought this is the perfect little family that they wanted all along. Along with the children, when Lottie actually grew older into her childhood years, she begged and begged for a puppy, and that is where Jasper comes into play. And ever since adopting him, everyone's hearts are 10 times bigger and life couldn't be any better. And that is where we are at currently. Now I'm also gonna quickly do a little house tour, as a lot of you guys are always asking for them in my streams over on TikTok. And of course I will put all the details of where to find this build in the description and where to find it on the gallery, as I didn't actually build this house, so you can always go and check that out so you can have it in your game too. So starting off, this is the exterior of the house. It is ideally the perfect family home. It has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, perfect for all your little families, and it is incredibly snowy in my game currently, so you actually cannot see much of the exterior. However, moving inside, you have the entryway, which is so cute. I always end up struggling with these areas as it is just an awkward space to fill, I personally think, but we do have some memorabilia here. Now, this was a picture from Shannon's graduation, however, it has unfortunately broken. So just ignore that and I will try and get that back. But we have their certificate of marriage here and also a little embroidery hoop that Shannon actually did back in university, which is pretty cute. And over in this room we have a cozy office with a bunch of books, computer, and also Jay's guitar, which he used to play all the time in university, so that's a bit of a blast from the past. Shannon has actually gotten back into working as well after being out of work for a long time, since having Lottie and Rowan. She really wanted to get back out there instead of being a mum 24/7, although she has fully dropped out of the psychologist career and done a complete 180 and jumped into a freelancer career. It just has more freedom, Shannon thought, and she can choose what she wants to do and when to accept these mini jobs, which also still brings in a lot of money. Moving out of the office, we have the dining room, which is nice and cozy, and through here we also have the living room, which I just adore. It just gives off warm and snuggly vibes. Shannon still had the ultrasound photos as well from her pregnancy, so she obviously had to put those up. We also have a little bathroom here, and there is the kitchen as well. And we also do have a little area for all the laundry that needs doing. And lastly, for the downstairs, they have a garage too, where sometimes they do tend to pack the car in, but currently it's outside as Jay always forgets to put it in the garage. Now we are going to swiftly move onwards upstairs. I love how these next rooms are decorated specifically for Lottie and Rowan, as it just shows how different they are personality wise. But before heading on into them, we have just the upstairs landing with some cosy furnishings, and Jay and Shannon had put up the baby footprints and handprints, which they got done when the children were babies, which is just adorable. So we will head into Lottie's room first. It's quite neutral, but Lottie loves pastel colours, so they did incorporate some shades of yellow. Got some of her toys and teddies here, and also a little iPad which she uses to talk to her friends from school, and of course play Sims Forever, which she loves. And Lottie also has a pet hedgehog, which Shannon wasn't entirely excited about getting for her, but you can imagine Lottie begged and begged for some kind of little pet just for her. And here is Natty, who is actually getting a bit old now, which is quite sad, but she is so cute. And here we have Rowan's room, which is very boyish obviously. He's got loads of posters on the walls. He's also got a computer and his gaming console. He's very spoilt. Usually it would be a lot messier than this, with his clothes all slumped on the floor, crisp packets everywhere, but I guess either Shannon cleaned it up or Rowan actually did it for once, which is quite surprising. But other than that, I do like his room. Sometimes after school he will invite his friends over and they will just sit up here and play on his PS5 together. The children also have a bathroom which they share, but thankfully with this house there is a downstairs one too, so they aren't sharing all the time. Lastly, going through the last two rooms, here is Shannon and Jay's bedroom. They did used to have some Polaroid pictures on these shelves, but they have unfortunately broken and turned black, just like the graduation photo downstairs, so I just decided to remove them for the time being until the issue is fixed. But they still have that little bear which Jay got Shannon when they were back at university on a very special date. So at least I still have some memories, although I do miss the photos they actually had. And then lastly, we also have an ensuite bathroom for them too as well. And here we do have a spare room too, which I will get to when we dive into gameplay in a couple of minutes, as the family actually has a small exciting announcement. But they also have a back garden here with some sun lounges and a lovely pool, although they will not be using that anytime soon, given the fact it has kind of freshly turned winter, so that will be frozen over pretty soon. So that is the lovely house which the Pritchards currently live in. Some of you will remember that this house looks different from the streams, as they did in fact move again, most recently, as you can in fact see down here. Some of you might have already caught this little clue, but they moved out again into an even bigger house, as Shannon and Jay are expecting another little bundle of joy. They have been trying for an awfully long time for another baby, and Shannon before had to go to a couple of doctor's appointments as they weren't getting any positive results, but thankfully they kept trying and now got the answer they were long hoping for. So yes, that spare room will shortly be turning into a baby nursery. The family are currently unaware of the gender as of right now, although Shannon and Jay have told the children that they are going to have another sibling, and thankfully they reacted very positively to that news. So Shannon is heading into the second trimester of the pregnancy pretty soon, and you can already see a slight bump here, which is so adorable. But right now it is currently Wednesday morning. Shannon, I'm pretty sure, just had some salad, which is a strange breakfast, but I guess I won't judge. And Rowan and Lottie do have school to get ready for. So let's get Lottie to get off of her iPad and grab some breakfast because she is a bit hungry. Let's see what we've got. I'm pretty sure Shannon has already batch made some breakfast. We've only got omelettes, so yeah, let's go get an omelette. And where's Rowan? What are you eating? Rowan is eating a sugar cookie. I can already imagine Shannon would have told him that he needs actual breakfast, but he's a bit stubborn and rebellious right now, so he will not listen. So he can just go ahead and keep eating that cookie. And of course, poor Shannon is cleaning up the dishes. She has been trying to get Rowan to start cleaning up after himself, especially as Lottie usually does it for herself, and only thinks it's fair that Rowan does the same. Although the tactic Shannon is going for isn't exactly working, as you can tell. Anyways, after Lottie has eaten, they are just gonna head straight off to school probably. Jay should probably get up as well, as he's got work to get to in a couple of hours, I think. Yeah, 3 hours. As you can tell from how much he earns an hour, he is at the very top of the scientist career, which is just wild, but he does an amazing job anyways. Speaking of getting up, Jay's just woken himself up anyways, so let's just let him have a brisk shower and brush his teeth, and he can also grab some breakfast. Let's get him to actually make something. Let's make some fruit and yogurt parfait. These guys don't really have much planned as of today, as Jay will be at work, the kids are just going to school. So I might get Shannon to attend a little parenthood class or something. Let's be real, she has raised 2 kids, so I doubt she needs to really attend one, but I think it might be interesting to see what it's like, as I don't think she went to any when she was pregnant with Lottie and Rowan. So we can definitely do that at some point today with Shannon, but for now I'm just going to get Shannon to pop out with Jasper to take him for a short walk, as he has been moping around a little bit looking all sad. She does it majority of the time as Jay isn't very keen or just can't be bothered, but Jay has broken the shower, so let's just replace that, as the household funds are okay right now and are pretty steady. There she goes. Hopefully it's not too icy out there for them both. And look, you can see her little baby bump growing as well. So cute. And Mr. J here is just making up some parfait. A couple days ago, I did realise that he has a lot of holiday hours to take, and I was thinking how cute would it be if the whole family goes on a little holiday before the baby comes, maybe to the mountains or somewhere. I was going to suggest somewhere hot like Solani, I think it is, but it is currently winter, so I don't think it would be amazing weather, but that is something we definitely can think about. It would work well with Shannon's freelancing career, as she can just not accept any jobs for a couple of days, and with the kids they can just probably take it off of school. I don't think it would be that big of an issue. They're going to have to go on holiday now at some point because I've psyched myself up and I've made myself excited about doing it. Oh my god, that looks so nice. Oh my god, it's gone. Okay. I never realised that detail, but that looks so yummy. How is Shannon doing on her walk? She should be back pretty soon before Jay goes. Oh, it seems like she's very sad. She's got this mood look which I haven't seen. Let's see what it says. Oh no. It says unwanted pregnancy, second trimester. The idea of being parent to a new baby doesn't sound any better than in the previous trimester. There is still time to make a difficult decision, but Shannon is just not sure. No matter what she does, the damage is done. Life is permanently altered. Oh, what's wrong with her? She does want a child, like, she's got that little aspiration here, and she's spoken to it with Jay a couple of times as well. I think she might just be having some mixed emotions about having another baby, and obviously bringing another one into our family, as it is obviously a big deal. So hopefully it doesn't affect her too much. She might just feel down for a little bit. I think she definitely should sit down and talk to Jay about how she's currently feeling and they can work through those feelings together. But as far as from Jay's perspective, he was extremely happy and excited when Shannon announced the pregnancy. So I guess when Jay returns back from work, they can discuss that. But also with this parenthood class that she's going to go to today, it might change her perspective slightly on those emotions as well. I think Shannon is going to continue walking Jasper for a little while longer, but Jay is just going to head to the toilet really quickly as he needs to go to work in a couple of minutes. So Jay is just heading out of the door right now to go to a long day at work, just as Shannon is coming back home as well. Let's head straight inside and unleash Jasper. There we go. I did also change the length of Shannon's pregnancy, as now it's a couple of days until she's in her third trimester, as I just enjoy my Sims having a much longer pregnancy. I think it makes it look a bit more realistic. So I thought I should just mention that, as before it was 24 hours until then. But can you tell that her bump has gotten so much bigger after changing that? Although it's most likely because she's just now in her second trimester, but I just can't believe she's having another baby. It's so exciting. That walk with Jasper has also changed her mood a little bit and taken her mind off of things too, so that's a bonus. But now it's just her and Jasper in the house for a couple of hours. She is a tad hungry, so she is going to go grab some food, probably just an omelette, as that's what we've got for breakfast. And she can probably just chill on the sofa for a couple of hours, as we're not going to head out to that class just yet. There's probably also some laundry and stuff to do in the house. I was about to say she can relax for a bit, but I just realised that Shannon recently accepted a gig, which is actually a magazine ad marketing copy, and she does have some outstanding tasks to complete before the deadline, which is tomorrow at 9 AM, which is not that much time really, so she will have to complete those and do some work today, unfortunately. But hopefully if she completes this pretty quick, we can still head out to that parenthood class. All she has to do is write a couple more marketing copies and get those approved. That actually sounds like quite a lot, but we can just quickly get started on that. After she cleans up her plate, she can go straight to the computer and write another copy. I hope this doesn't take too long, because I doubt this is what she wanted to do today, but I guess we forgot. There we go, she just whacked some music on and she's getting the job done. She's been working on this copy for a little over an hour, I want to say, and she's just received this moodlet as she was typing away. It says, "Baby kick. Shannon's hand brushed against her baby bump when suddenly her baby delivered a swift kick that left her feeling like she had a wiggly alien inside her. It was an indescribable sensation that left Shannon feeling both amazed and slightly weirded out all at once." That's like the very first kick she felt, I believe, as it's this trimester, which is such a special moment. I wish Jay was here to witness that, but I bet there will be plenty more of those moments to come. Oh my god, finally, she's completed a copy. That took so long. So now we can give it a title so the client knows what to call it. To be honest, I don't even remember what Shannon is currently writing about. I think I'm just going to have to name it something really random because I actually cannot remember. Okay, I didn't give it a name because we can just name it after, but Shannon is in desperate need of the bathroom so she can get up and go and take a short break. It is nearly getting close to the time to when the kids will be getting back from school, and we still need to go to this parenthood class and complete this gig before tomorrow morning. Usually Shannon will have cooked up some dinner for tonight by now, but she has just had no time whatsoever, so I think it might be a takeaway pizza kind of night, which the kids will be extremely happy about. I might get Jay to actually finish a tad earlier than usual if Shannon decides to head off to this little class, so then he can watch the kids and grab some takeout for them. I'm just not so sure if the class stops at a certain time, so I might get Jay to pop home now so she can just go and then maybe finish off this gig later on tonight where she has more time. Okay, so it says Jay is currently going to miss work. His boss may not think well of him skipping it. Are you sure he should? He's been there for so many years now, so I don't think his boss would mind. Hopefully he doesn't get on the bad side of his boss with finishing a couple of hours early there, but Duty calls and he needs to look after the children. So Jay is back home and has earned 3,854 simoleons. I'm gonna get him to quickly go up and change out of his work clothes and probably go say hi to his wife, as I don't think they've spoken much at all today. He will probably ask about how her day was, what she's been up to, and of course he has to feel the baby. And Shannon still wants to express how she was feeling earlier, but that's going to have to wait, as she is going to go to the parenthood class in a couple of minutes after speaking with Jay. Oh, look at them. I think she's just saying about the gig that she forgot to pick up, and probably going to blame it on the baby brain, as that's all she's thinking about currently. But she is going to go ahead and start making a move to the parenthood class now, as Jay is here and the kids have just arrived home too. So whereabouts is it? Go to early parenthood class, 90 simoleons. I guess she has already quickly arrived to the class, as here it says learning important stuff from ongoing parenthood class. Gosh, there's so much to taking care of babies. No matter if you've done it before or not, the info easily gets overwhelming. Shannon is focusing hard to try and integrate everything. So no matter if you have done this before, there is always something new to find out and learn about pregnancy and raising a child. So it's a good thing that Shannon has attended this class, even though she already knows a lot about the process. But seeing as she will be there for a little bit, the kids are home from school now, and it seems that Lottie has something to speak to Jay about. It says, lonely recess. Last recess, no one wanted to play with me. I just climbed around on my own. If that happens again, what should I do? It says, ask other kids if you can join in, talk to the teacher, or just play on your own. I feel like Jay would be the kind to say, ask if you could join in with other children, or just play on your own, to be fair, because it's not a bad thing if you're playing by yourself. So I think ask other kids if you can join in. Jay has advised Lottie affecting her character values, so conflict resolution increases and emotional control decreases. Jay is just going to go ahead and tell Lottie to get on with her homework, and probably will say the exact same to Rowan, although he tends to not bother with his schoolwork. So let's just at least try. And then we are also going to get Jay to go ahead and order some dinner for tonight, so that's all sorted, as I bet he does not fancy cooking something up. Order a delivery, let's just do pizza. Ooh, I feel like just a classic pepperoni. That is all ordered. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, as the kids are getting a bit peckish, but they're gonna go ahead and start their homework. Let's just get Jay to ask Rowan to do it and see if he does. I don't think he will, but it's worth a shot. Okay, it seems like he's gonna at least try, but he doesn't really do his homework that much, as he is currently a B student and Lottie is an A student. Oh, and just like that, the pizza has arrived. That literally took like 2 seconds. Jay can go collect that and we'll leave it on the table or something, so whenever the kids want some food, they can come and grab it whenever they want. Oh my god, I'm always just so shocked with how good the food looks in games. Jay is obviously gonna have a slice straight away whilst it's still hot. And strangely enough, both Rowan and Lottie are doing their homework in their mum and dad's room. But at least Rowan is actually doing it. Oh my god, what has she just done? I think Lottie just swore at Rowan or something, because their friendship bar went down a little bit. It says mean Sims rule. Rowan makes it easy to be mean, so it's not really Lottie's fault, right? Oh my god. If Jay was in the room with them, he would obviously tell her off for being mean, but he's downstairs and obviously did not hear anything. If she actually swore at him, I'm a bit surprised, because they usually get on like a house on fire, as you can tell by the friendship, so it's a bit out of the ordinary. Anyway, whilst they are up there doing the homework, it seems like Shannon just returned home, looking a bit down in the dumps still. She did receive a moodlet from being at that class, and it says, alright class, from parenthood. The class was fast and Shannon didn't retain as much information as she hoped, but it was still helpful enough. At least she went, that's all that matters, but she's home now and she's instantly gonna go to Jay and have some cuddles with him, which will instantly cheer her up. So let's hug lovingly. I actually hate seeing Shannon like this. She's never down and upset really, so this is definitely really different to see. Although instantly Jay has already cheered her up just by having a cuddle. Oh, he's given her a rose. That was actually the cutest thing I've ever seen today. Shannon hasn't even had the deep conversation yet, but she doesn't think now is the correct time. So I think leaving it for tonight will be a good thing, especially right now because Shannon needs to go straight to that computer and complete this stupid gig. I can't believe I forgot all about it, and considering that it needs to be complete by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we might not be able to complete it in time. So we just need to write another marketing copy and get them all approved. Now, I'm not sure where the other marketing copy went because it says we've already done 2, but I can only find 1 in my inventory, so we are just going to go submit this and send it to the client to see if it's approved. Oh, approved. This is exactly what we were looking for. Keep up the great work, Shannon. Okay, so that's 1 of 3 that we need to do. So let's just get straight to it and complete another copy. We are just going to leave Shannon to it. Hopefully no one goes and disturbs her as she really needs to get it done. And Jay is just going to help out around the house a little bit, clean up and do the laundry, tick off some chores that really needs doing. So the dirty laundry is in the washing machine, and this sink also needs to be cleaned. And I believe Lottie has done her homework, so she can leave Rowan. I think she's been doing his heading some more because that bar has gone down. If she keeps doing it, Jay or Shannon's going to have to tell her off because you can't keep doing that. But she can go down and grab herself a slice of pizza. She's not really that hungry, but she needs to have some dinner. And Rowan can keep doing his homework too. Gosh, she's an actual little devil. Like, she's never usually like this, so I don't know what is going on. And finally, it seems that Rowan is done with his work too, so he can also go down and grab some pizza. I think Lottie has actually gone and disturbed Shannon. Yeah. I'm just going to leave them to it because they haven't spoken to each other that much today, given the fact that Lottie has been at school, so I guess she just wants to spend some time with her mum. So it's currently around 8 p.m. now, and Shannon has been sat at this desk for hours now, and the poor woman is exhausted and hungry, so I think she has had enough of staring at the screen and typing away. So she's going to go ahead and leave that for now, and hopefully she can continue that tomorrow morning. I don't know who these people are, but for now she's going to go grab herself a slice of pizza and chill out for a little bit because she definitely needs it. And it seems like Lottie has jumped straight into bed. I guess she's had a very long day at school. And Rowan, what's he doing? It seems like he's just going to go hug his dad, and he's probably going to go ahead and do the exact same as it is getting a lot later. Oh, these two are so sweet. She is feeling really down right now, as you can see, and I think Jay can definitely see that something is eating away at her. So I think it is time to sit down and talk about what is going on. But for now, Shannon can finish up her dinner and they're gonna go ahead and cuddle in bed and have that talk. These two have made it up into bed and they're going to spend it speaking deeply about how Shannon is feeling, and hopefully Jay respects and understands this time, as they will need to work through it together. I think Jay is definitely respecting Shannon's feelings, as it is a big change in their lives as they're bringing another child into the world. It will be a lot of work, but Jay is expressing that he will always be here to help and support her every step of the way. Shannon feels like there has been a massive heavy weight lifted from her shoulders after having that discussion, and together they're going to fall asleep in each other's arms after a busy and emotional day. So I will see you guys in the morning. We are now in the early hours of the morning and little Rowan is the very first one awake, and it seems like he is in desperate need to use the toilet. But I think we are also gonna get Jay up, as well as some breakfast definitely needs to be made this morning for the family. But for the meantime, Rowan can also sort himself out for school today, brushing his teeth and also grabbing a shower. It also seems like Rowan has got another wobbly tooth. It wasn't too long ago now since he lost one of his other front teeth, so I guess there's going to be another one that's going to come out soon. But we are going to get Jay to pop downstairs quickly and cook something up. What do we fancy today? I think something like eggs on toast. The kids really enjoy that. So we are going to make a party size just so we have some left over. And Lottie has just gotten up too. I've just noticed as well that Natty the Hedgehog's cage desperately needs cleaning. This is one of Lottie's responsibilities since begging her mum for a pet of her very own. So she is going to have to find the time this morning before school to clean the cage herself. as Shannon definitely needs her rest this morning. In the meantime, Lottie is quickly getting ready for school as well, whilst Jay is cooking up some breakfast. There we go, food is now served, so both Lottie and Rowan can grab themselves a serving. Oh, look at these two. Hopefully there's no swearing at the table this time. And it seems like Rowan is cleaning up his own plate for once, which is very surprising. Jay is going to quickly go and praise Rowan for doing that, as they've been trying to get him to clean up after himself for ages now. And of course the sink breaks. We'll just replace that. And there is like 20 minutes left before school starts, so Lottie is going to go ahead and clean out Natty's cage so that is all nice and clean, and we'll also play with her a little bit as well. There we go, doing such a great job. So she is all clean now. Look how cute she is. And that was perfect timing too, as the kids are now heading off to school. I think Shannon has just woken up too. Now I don't think this gig is going to get completed on time, considering it's 8:20 and it is meant to be finished at 9 AM. So I think we should just go ahead and cancel that. There we go, we did cancel it, and it did say that cancelling the gig will reflect poorly on Shannon, but what can we even do? There was no time and there was no way that we were going to finish that. But I guess all that work she did yesterday will give her plenty more experience. But anyway, Shannon is gonna go ahead and grab a bubble bath and also get a serving of the eggs and toast as well, as she definitely needs it. But I think this is the perfect time to end this first episode, as the kids went to school and Jay will shortly be heading off to work as well. So I am going to leave it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I am wanting this mini-series to just be cozy with some storytelling too, so I hope that is what it's giving off. I am also still continuing my Let's Play of the Single Mum Life. I'm not sure when the next episode of that will come out, but I am already enjoying filming this series, so I hope you are enjoying watching it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.